Best high-protein breakfast for seniors. After 60, think about your breakfast yesterday. Did it keep you full until lunch? Or were you hungry again in 2 hours? Most seniors eat breakfasts that are low in protein and high in carbs. This causes blood sugar crashes and energy slumps. After 60, the wrong breakfast can speed up muscle loss, drain your energy, and even affect memory. Science shows that after 60, the body needs more protein to protect bones, muscles, and even memory. Without it, daily activities become harder and recovery from illness is much slower. But here's the exciting part. The right breakfast foods can reverse that trend. In this video, you will learn about the best high-protein breakfasts for seniors after 60 that fit perfectly into your routine. Some are warm and comforting. Others are light and refreshing. One of them might even surprise you because it is usually thought of as a snack, not a meal. Watch carefully because every detail matters. Let's begin with something creamy, versatile, and loaded with muscle-saving protein. I am talking about Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is one of the most powerful foods seniors can start their day with because just 3/4 of a cup gives about 17 grams of protein, which is more than 2 eggs. Protein is not only about muscle, it also helps repair tissues, regulate hormones, and stabilize blood sugar. After 60, when the risk of sarcopenia becomes higher, protein at breakfast plays a huge role in slowing muscle loss. Do you usually include protein in your first meal of the day, or is your breakfast more about toast and coffee? Along with protein, Greek yogurt delivers calcium that strengthens bones, which is especially important when bone density naturally declines with age. Probiotics in yogurt also support gut health, and research from the National Institutes of Health shows that healthy gut bacteria improve immune function and reduce inflammation. A balanced gut even supports mental clarity. How often do you think about your gut when choosing breakfast? The best time to enjoy Greek yogurt is in the morning or as a mid-morning snack because digestion is easier during active hours. A serving of 3/4 to 1 cup daily is enough for steady benefits. When buying, it is smart to go for plain and unsweetened types. Flavored yogurts often have added sugars that cause blood sugar spikes, leaving you tired soon after. Always check the label for live active cultures since those indicate probiotics that are still alive and effective. Do you usually read food labels carefully, or do you tend to grab what looks good on the shelf? A simple parfait can make Greek yogurt even better for seniors. Mix it with chia seeds for extra omega-3 and protein, add blueberries for antioxidants with very low sugar, and finish with cinnamon that helps balance blood sugar. It is delicious and functional. Seniors who are sensitive to lactose should pick lactose-free or coconut-based high-protein yogurts. Eating too much can overload calcium, which may cause constipation, and eating it late at night may disturb sleep because digestion takes longer. Balance and timing matter. From creamy to crunchy, let's talk about a powerhouse that is rich in plant protein and magnesium. Up next is oatmeal with nut butter and seeds. Before we move on, I'd love to know where you're watching from and what health challenges you're managing right now. If you're working to keep your strength up and prevent muscle loss with age, make sure to subscribe to Knowhow and turn on the notification bell. And if this content helps you, type 1 in the comments or 0 if it does not. I want to keep improving for you. Oatmeal with nut butter and seeds is one of the most balanced breakfasts a senior can enjoy because a single bowl can provide close to 17 grams of protein when prepared correctly. 1 cup of cooked oats on its own gives about 6 grams of protein, and when you add 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, you gain another 8 grams. A tablespoon of chia or flax seeds adds 3 more grams, which brings the total to a level that is comparable to a full serving of meat. Have you ever thought of oatmeal as a protein-rich meal rather than just a comfort food? The benefits go far beyond protein. Oats are naturally high in soluble fiber, which lowers cholesterol and improves heart health, something that becomes critical after 60. Fiber also keeps bowel movements regular, which helps reduce pressure on the digestive system. Seeds contribute omega-3 fatty acids that support joint function and brain health, while nut butter adds magnesium that calms the nervous system and aids muscle relaxation. Research from the Mayo Clinic has shown that older adults who eat fiber-rich breakfasts have better blood sugar stability throughout the day. Do you notice a difference in your energy when you eat a fiber-filled breakfast compared to when you do not? Preparation is simple, but small choices make a huge difference. Cooking oats in milk instead of water increases protein by about 8 grams per cup. Mixing in nut butter and seeds builds satiety, while fresh berries add antioxidants without spiking sugar. Many people use brown sugar or maple syrup, but both cause a quick rise in blood sugar followed by a crash. Cinnamon or sliced banana provide natural sweetness and keep blood sugar steady. What do you usually add to your oatmeal? Drop a comment below and share your favorite toppings. When shopping, steel-cut oats are the best choice because they have a low glycemic index and release energy slowly. Instant flavored packs are often loaded with sodium and sugar that harm heart and kidney health. One common mistake is adding too much dried fruit, which increases sugar intake quickly. Another mistake is eating oats plain without protein add-ins, which makes the meal less effective for muscle maintenance. This warm and filling breakfast is especially satisfying on colder mornings because it provides comfort along with sustained energy. If you start your day with it, you are less likely to reach for unhealthy snacks later. If you prefer something quicker and lighter, but still nutrient-dense, you will enjoy our next choice. Let's turn our attention to the protein-packed eggs and vegetable omelet. Eggs with vegetables in the form of an omelet are one of the simplest and most powerful high-protein breakfasts for seniors after 60 because just 2 large eggs provide about 12 grams of protein, and when you add a quarter cup of shredded cheese, you gain 6 more grams, which brings the total to nearly the same as a portion of lean chicken. Protein at this level supports muscle repair and helps prevent sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle that becomes a bigger risk as we age. Do you usually think about the amount of protein in your breakfast, or do you choose foods mainly for taste? Eggs are not only about protein, they also supply vitamin D that strengthens bones, choline that keeps memory sharp, and lutein that protects eyesight from age-related decline. The American Heart Association has noted that seniors with higher vitamin D levels have lower risks of fractures. Have you ever connected your breakfast choice with your bone health? Cooking methods make a huge difference. Using olive oil instead of butter lowers saturated fat and supports heart health. Adding vegetables like spinach, mushrooms, and bell peppers brings in fiber that helps digestion and antioxidants that reduce inflammation. An omelet filled with colorful vegetables becomes not just a protein meal, but also a natural source of protective compounds. How many different vegetables do you usually add to your morning meal? One simple recipe many seniors enjoy is made with 2 eggs and 2 extra whites to increase protein while keeping fat lower. Adding spinach, tomato, and mushrooms sautéed lightly gives volume and flavor. A sprinkle of feta cheese finishes it with calcium and a tangy taste. This is a senior-friendly meal that is filling yet easy to digest. There are mistakes that can reduce the benefits. Over-frying in butter can raise cholesterol load, and eating eggs without vegetables or whole grains can cause constipation because there is no fiber to balance digestion. When buying, always choose cage-free omega-3 enriched eggs, as they provide higher levels of heart-supporting fats. Eggs should always be stored in the refrigerator and checked for freshness by the sell-by date. Seniors with high cholesterol are better off limiting themselves to 1 yolk daily, though egg whites can be eaten more freely since they contain no cholesterol. If you're finding this helpful so far, please take a second to like this video. It may seem like a small step, but it tells YouTube that this message matters and helps Knowhow reach more people who truly need it. If you believe others deserve this knowledge too, tap that thumbs up now. Let's move to something creamy, refreshing, and surprisingly filling. It is the muscle repairing power of protein smoothies. Protein smoothies are one of the easiest ways for seniors to reach their daily protein goals because a single scoop of whey protein powder contains around 20 grams of protein, which is nearly the same as eating a full portion of lean meat. For those who cannot tolerate dairy, pea protein powder is an excellent substitute and provides all essential amino acids that the body needs to maintain strength. Did you know that many seniors fail to meet their protein needs simply because they feel too full to eat large meals? Blending protein with simple additions like spinach, almond milk, and banana not only makes the drink smoother, but also enriches it with potassium that helps regulate blood pressure and prevents muscle cramps. The National Institutes of Health has highlighted how low potassium levels are strongly linked with higher risk of heart problems. How often do you think about balancing electrolytes in your daily meals? A simple recipe is just 1 scoop of protein powder, a cup of unsweetened almond milk, half a banana, and a spoonful of peanut butter. This blend creates about 25 grams of protein in 1 glass and also provides healthy fats that support brain function. This option is especially helpful for seniors with dental issues or a poor appetite, since liquid protein is easier to consume and quicker to digest. Do you think a drink like this could replace a solid breakfast for you? Drop a comment below if you would give it a try. However, there are mistakes that can reduce the benefits. Powders with artificial sweeteners can cause bloating and discomfort, while mixing protein with fruit juices can create a sugar overload that spikes blood glucose. Always choose powders that are certified by independent testing groups such as NSF because they ensure purity and safety, which is particularly important for older adults who may be taking medications. Another key point is not to overuse protein powders, since seniors with kidney disease can strain their kidneys if intake is too high. Now we'll shift our focus to something comforting, satisfying, and equally rich in protein. It is time to talk about cottage cheese with fruit and nuts. Cottage cheese with fruit and nuts is often overlooked, yet a single cup of low-fat cottage cheese gives around 28 grams of protein, which is more than most people get in an entire meal. The type of protein it provides is called casein, which digests slowly and steadily releases amino acids into the body. This means seniors who eat it at breakfast or as a mid-morning snack enjoy lasting energy and a longer feeling of fullness compared with faster digesting proteins. Have you noticed how some breakfasts leave you hungry within an hour, while others keep you satisfied much longer? Pairing cottage cheese with pineapple adds bromelain, an enzyme that aids digestion and reduces inflammation. Many nutrition researchers note that bromelain can even improve nutrient absorption, which is especially important for seniors with weaker digestive systems. Adding walnuts boosts the snack with omega-3 fatty acids, which support brain health and reduce the risk of heart disease. Would you prefer your cottage cheese sweet with fruit or savory with herbs? Let me know your thoughts below. When buying cottage cheese, it is important to look for low sodium or no salt added varieties because high sodium intake is strongly linked with hypertension and kidney strain in older adults. Flavored versions often hide added sugars, which can increase the risk of diabetes, so plain options are always the better choice. The American Heart Association has repeatedly warned about the dangers of excessive sodium and added sugars in processed dairy products. How often do you read the nutrition labels before placing items into your cart? There are also some risks to consider. Large portions late at night can cause bloating because casein takes time to digest, and seniors with lactose sensitivity should choose lactose-free options to avoid discomfort. Another mistake is pairing cottage cheese with canned fruits and syrup, which can cancel out the benefits by adding unnecessary sugar. A smarter option is fresh fruit or frozen fruit with no added sugar. Now, before we wrap things up, let's turn our attention to a breakfast that brings warmth, strength, and deep nourishment. The hearty benefits of lentil and vegetable soup for breakfast. Most people think of soup as a lunch or dinner option, but in many cultures, a warm bowl of lentil and vegetable soup is a traditional breakfast. Lentils are one of the richest plant-based protein sources, with just 1 cup of cooked lentils giving about 18 grams of protein. That amount is higher than most grains and even surpasses the protein in a couple of eggs. Seniors especially benefit from lentils because they are also packed with folate, iron, and magnesium, which support energy, blood health, and proper nerve function. Have you ever tried soup as your first meal of the day, or does it sound unusual to you? Drop a comment below and share your thoughts. Vegetables added to the soup make it a powerhouse of antioxidants, fiber, and vitamins. Spinach or kale add lutein and vitamin K for bone and eye health. Carrots provide beta-carotene that supports immunity, and tomatoes supply lycopene, which studies from the American Cancer Society suggest may reduce risk of certain cancers. By combining lentils with vegetables, you are getting both slow-release energy and protective nutrients in one meal. Does this combination sound like something you would enjoy in the morning? The preparation is simple yet versatile. A balanced recipe could include 1 cup of cooked lentils, sautéed onions, garlic, carrots, celery, and tomatoes simmered in low-sodium vegetable broth. Adding spices like turmeric or cumin not only boosts flavor but also enhances anti-inflammatory properties. A drizzle of olive oil before serving can add healthy fats, while a sprinkle of fresh herbs like parsley provides extra vitamin C and freshness. This can easily create a bowl with over 20 grams of protein, high fiber, and long-lasting satiety. One common mistake is using canned soups that are often loaded with sodium. Seniors should look for low-salt options or prepare the soup fresh at home. Another mistake is skipping protein add-ins like lentils or beans and relying only on vegetables, which do not provide enough protein alone. Keeping the balance between protein, fiber, and healthy fats is the key. Now let's move on to a powerful bonus strategy that goes beyond food choices. Let's take a closer look at light resistance training in the morning and see how it helps the body use protein more effectively. Light resistance training is one of the most powerful ways to make protein work better in the body. Eating enough protein is important, but muscles only get stronger when they are challenged with movement. Without this stimulus, much of the protein you eat is not fully directed toward building or preserving muscle. Have you ever wondered why some people maintain strength with age while others lose it quickly? The Mayo Clinic has found that seniors who combined resistance exercise with regular protein intake preserved around 40% more muscle compared to those who relied on diet alone. That is a huge difference, especially when we think about how muscle loss increases the risk of frailty and falls. Would you consider adding short exercises after breakfast if it helped you keep that much more strength? Drop a comment below and share your thoughts. The good news is that you do not need a gym or heavy weights. Simple tools like resistance bands or light dumbbells can be enough to stimulate muscles. Even 10 to 15 minutes of movements, such as bicep curls, chair squats, or seated leg extensions can improve blood flow and support muscle growth. Doing this 3 to 4 days per week provides consistent benefits without overwhelming the body. The benefits go far beyond stronger muscles. Regular resistance activity improves bone density, strengthens joints, and enhances balance, which lowers the risk of dangerous falls. However, there are mistakes to avoid. Training before eating may cause low blood sugar in seniors, and lifting weights that are too heavy can strain fragile joints. Let's continue with one last thought. The real key is consistency, because even short and light sessions performed often can bring remarkable improvements over time. Now let's take a look back at what we covered today. Greek yogurt stood out with 17 grams of protein per serving, while also strengthening both gut health and bone density. Oatmeal paired with nut butter and seeds provided a steady balance of protein and fiber, supporting heart function and digestive strength. Eggs cooked with vegetables supplied complete protein along with nutrients that sharpen brain health. Protein smoothies offered quick digestion and easy customization for seniors with limited appetite. Cottage cheese with fruit and nuts delivered slow digesting casein protein that keeps energy steady. Finally, light resistance training multiplied all these benefits by helping the body use protein more effectively. Which of these strategies do you feel most excited to try first? Drop a comment below and let me know. If this video was helpful, please do not leave without subscribing to Knowhow. And if you feel like I truly understood your struggle with maintaining energy and muscle strength, type the word relief in the comments. I'd love to know this helped you.